it's Jody Deline. How well are you breathing? Do you ever find yourself holding your breath? Well, I used to do that. Crazy as it sounds, I used to hold my breath often, and it was a habit that I had developed from a kid. And I bet a lot of you do the same thing, and you may not even be aware of it because let me tell you what happened to me, and maybe you can relate. So, when I was a little kid, I would hold my breath to kind of hold my feelings in or to stop myself from crying because I went through a lot of trauma when I was younger. And so it was just a way for me to survive and get through it all. And then as I became an adult, I went through some stress and, would still catch myself holding my breath. And as I'm in the working world, working my way up the corporate ladder, I had this horrible boss who stressed me out big time. And again, I found myself holding my breath so I wouldn't cry at work. 'Cause that's not a good idea. And so years would go by, and still this habit of doing that. And I kind of knew I was doing it, but I realized, geez, I need to start changing this habit. This is not healthy for me. Because when you hold your breath, you're not getting that oxygen that your body needs. You know, your cells, of course, naturally need oxygen. And hey, you got to breathe to live, right? Obvious reasons why you need to breathe. But some other reasons why you need to breathe, like getting oxygen into the cells. I'm talking, deeper breathing. And actually, here, let me show you what that means too. So, if you find yourself holding your breath or not breathing properly, I want you to start becoming aware of how you're breathing right now as I'm talking to you on this video. How are you breathing? Let's take a little deep breath, okay? Let's do it together. Now, I want you to observe where you are breathing, like what part of your body moves when you're breathing. Let's do it again. Okay, so are your shoulders moving or is your stomach moving? Okay, so here's where your watch my shoulders. Okay, this is improper breathing, and it's really what most of us do because we're stressed out. We've learned like bad habits over the years, and now we start breathing improperly, and now we're not getting the oxygen that we need into our cells. But here's what it would look like. Watch my shoulders. That's not breathing properly. Now, do it with me. Are you moving your shoulders? Okay. If you're not, that's good. Are you moving your belly? And this is the way to breathe properly. So I'm going to give you a little demonstration. Okay. So here's your belly. Okay. Watch my stomach. You see how my hand is moving? That's the way you should be breathing, not from the shoulder. That's not the way to breathe. Belly. Okay, so put your hand on your belly right now. Deep breath. Learn what it is to really breathe from your stomach. Okay, that's how you breathe from your stomach. That's the way you should be breathing, not from your shoulders, okay? Because you don't want what happened to me happen to you, or maybe it is happening to you right now, but I had developed a lot of digestive issues from not breathing properly. So by holding my breath as a kid, I used to stuff feelings down. And I'm sure most people have encountered times in their lives where they stuff feelings when you've been hurt, whether it was when you're younger or when you're older, and that affects how you breathe, which affects your health. So what happened to me was, since I held my breath so long and stuffed so much for so many years in my life, I started to develop these digestive issues and digestive bloating, actually really, really severe, to the point that I looked like I was 5 months pregnant all the time. And then, stress made it worse and worse also. So it was like the combination of everything going on with me. And I lived that way for too many years that I even want to tell you about because it was horrible going through. And if you want to take a look at my huge bloating photo, you can look at my website, peaceofmyheart.net, peace, P-E-A-C-E, of myheart.net. And you can see how big my stomach looks when I'm real severe and when it's really bothering me. What I did was I purposely did a couple different things to turn that breathing around and get my body learning how to breathe again. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, that, you know, you probably know what I'm talking about. You really need to start being aware of your breathing, being aware of changing that pattern, because it's not going to change on its own, because you're just going to keep going about your day and your breathing's never going to change. You have to take charge of it, and then do some things to turn it around. It's simple things. It's nothing challenging, nothing difficult. It's just making that change, being aware and making that change. So the first thing that I did was I started like taking deep breaths in, like I told you about, right? And not, you know, not breathing from your chest. So first is to become aware how you're breathing. Then start breathing from your stomach. So literally put your hand on your stomach whenever you think of it throughout the day. You can do it while you're sitting at the stoplight on your way to work. You can do it while you're taking a break at work. You can do it when you're sitting on the toilet in the morning. You know, you're relaxing, right? Or you can do it when you're watching TV. But just, you know, whenever you think of it, put your hand on your belly. Start taking deep breaths in. And just being aware of how you're breathing. Take deep, exaggerated breaths just to start your body in changing that habit of breathing. The other thing I did was when I walked my dog, when I was outside, because you're getting nice fresh air, and maybe you don't have a dog, but maybe you're walking into your job, take 10 deep breaths. So hold it in a little. Really get that oxygen in your cells. 10 really deep breaths sometime throughout the day. Outside is better because you're getting that great fresh air. If you walk your dog, if you're walking to work, open your window in your home, just get that 10 deep breaths in at least once a day. A couple times a day would be great. Those two habits are what helped me to turn around my breathing. Again, it's the awareness, purposely making the change. It's not going to change on its own, and it's super important for you to get that oxygen into your cells. And of course, it reduces stress. Breathing deep is one of the best things that you can do to help reduce stress when you're in that stressful situation. So again, you want to redevelop that breathing pattern. Start getting that pattern back. You can even do it when you're laying in bed at night or in the morning. That's another time to, you know, as you're trying to fall asleep or you're trying to wake up in the morning, is to focus on your breathing. It doesn't take long. It's just a minute or two. Your health is worth it. De-stressing is worth it. Increasing your metabolism is worth it. So really be aware of your breathing and start changing your breathing pattern. If you need to watch this video more than once, watch it again. Just as a reminder to you, your health is vital. Until next time, peace.